TKO Boxing with Sherry Abbasi, and today we're in County Durham at the Twins Gym. I'm joined by Jordan Barker-Porter.
Yes.
There we go, got it right.
You got it right.
I was going to get, I was stressed out about that. But yeah, joined by Jordan Barker-Porter. You've boxed at welterweight?
Yes.
And your next fight is on June 7th?
Yes, June 7th.
Okay, cool. So approaching pretty quickly.
Yeah.
How are we feeling at the moment?
Feel good. A bit of a mixed emotions this week because I had an opponent drop out on Monday. Didn't think I was going to get anyone by Wednesday. But then we got someone on Friday, so yeah, locked in, we've got a replacement.
I wasn't aware of that. Okay, and so the opponent that's now stepped in, is it a massive change to what you were preparing for essentially, or not?
It's actually a better opponent, to be honest. Orthodox, because the other girl was southpaw, so it's, yeah, I feel I've got a bit better of a challenge.
So for yourself, Jordan, talk to me a bit about, again, similar thing to the way I asked Adam, how did you get into boxing? Because women's boxing, in particular, in the last few years, we've seen a big boom.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of amateur boxers who've done really well in the Olympics have turned over. And even people that haven't necessarily got an amateur background who just started boxing, they've actually done all right.
Yeah.
What got you into the sport of boxing?
To be honest, I was just being a little shit, and then I wasn't into fitness or anything at all, and my pal was just like, look, come to the gym, I think you'll enjoy it. I was due to get married, so I couldn't really commit at the time, so she asked us again when I got married, and I thought, let's go, I'll give the fitness session a go, and that was it. Never looked back, hooked. Walked in them gym doors, never walked back out.
So you got punched in the face the first time. What was the reaction?
Brutal. I think my eyes watered like a little bitch, but yeah, so it's still come back.
Fair play. So ever since then, you've just been cracking on, essentially?
Yeah, the coach, I remember the coach turning around and saying, oh, have you done this before? But I'd never stepped foot in a boxing gym, just been and watched my brothers box. So yeah, he obviously seen a little bit of something in us, and then within a week put us straight up to squad sessions. So yeah, progressed really quickly, and I was a late start. I was like early 20s when I started, so like I didn't have this like stellar GB background. Like started as a youth or nothing. I started as a senior, so I had a lot of catching up to do. But yeah, I had 24 fights in 20 months. Wow. Moved really quick. And then obviously COVID hit, so...
That's crazy, that amount of activity.
24 fights in 20 months, yeah.
So you actually love the game then?
Oh, I loved it, yeah. He just rings, yeah, there's a fight there this weekend, no problem, on the road to go.
20 fights in 24 months?
24 fights in 20 months,
yeah. Yeah, even better than what I said. So yeah, I'm just baffled that you had that many. And how many have you had since then?
This is going to be my 13th pro fight, so yeah, 13th pro fight on the 7th of June.
Okay, nice. And in terms of your development since you started boxing, how much would you say you've learnt in that time?
Oh, loads. Like from amateur to pro as well, it's completely different. Obviously, it's very fast-paced in the amateurs. You're going from 3-minute rounds, and then when you turn over as a female, you're going back down to 2-minute rounds. So you've got to adapt back to that as well. But it's more just about planting your feet a lot more, and I think the progression I've seen the most is within the last few fights under Jord is like just planting your feet a little bit more and being aggressive, not just constantly being on the back foot, counter punching, like coming forward a lot more. And that's when the power comes into play, so yeah. Absolutely.
You just mentioned about obviously the transition from amateur to pro. You know, some people say that they were more suited to the pros anyway, they had a more professional style. What was your style like as an amateur? Were you someone who was more suited to pro game, or were you boxing like the back foot and slick?
100% suited to the pro game more than the amateurs. It's just like a lot of tippy-tappy in and out in it, like very fast-paced for 3-minute rounds as well. But yeah, I do like the pros a lot better.
And you reckon your style is more suited?
It's more suited, yeah. For like I'm more counter puncher, so yeah.
Fair play. In July, we've got a massive all-women's card by Jake Paul MVP Promotions.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. How does that sort of motivate you to sort of keep pushing on to eventually get a call for something like that down the line?
Like literally straight away. Like that's a dream. Fighting America, like anywhere to be fair, like Vegas, like New York, any of them. I think unbelievable cards. So yeah, really, really good card that in July. And
like we said, that's something to sort of aim for.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing the push in women's boxing now.
Yeah.
Especially, it's been around for years, but now we're seeing where the talk has always been there's not enough women boxers in the world, so the divisions aren't very strong.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing in multiple divisions we've got top fighters.
Yeah.
Across the board. Especially, I think you're fighting a welterweight, aren't you?
Yeah. Someone so I've literally just moved up.
There you go. So Michaela Meyer, You know, Lauren Price, Tasha Jonas, even who fought at welterweight. You've got some great fighters just
Yeah.
in the UK, let alone like
Yeah.
people that fought here rather.
Yeah.
So the division is stacked. It's something that you can sort of aim to work up towards.
Yeah.
And obviously you're mandatory for the European title as well. So
Yeah.
you've actually done really well so far.
Just got that news on Thursday, so like obviously it's been a mixture of emotions all week, but then got the good news on Thursday morning that I've been made mandatory at 147 to fight Kirsty Babington. So let's fucking go.
Okay, what's the process now? Now that you're made mandatory, how long do you have to wait before they call a purse bid or sort of push the fight to happen?
It's gone to purse bids now,
Okay.
so it expires 10th of June. So obviously get the 7th of June out the way, and then hopefully get it landed
Straight in.
on a big show in the UK. So
Oh, wicked. All right, cool. Well, fingers crossed that all comes off. But of course, you've got to come through 7th of June.
yeah, of course,
first.
7th of June focus.
That's
and then,
priority.
yeah, straight on to
absolutely.
Bravo for the EBU.
Talk to me a bit about the current boxing scene in general, not just women's boxing. What do you think, fans can sort of look forward to? Because we've got so much, like I said, investment coming from Saudi.
Yeah.
Everyone is now essentially working together. Before we had a lot of politics and
Yeah.
people not wanting to share, and now we've got people fighting on other people's cards and all sorts. What do you think of the current landscape in boxing?
It's good. I think it's gone a bit, to be honest, I feel like it's gone a bit flat for females, I'm going to be honest, until Jake Paul's done all these amazing signings and put this like unreal card on in July. I think a lot of the cards are male dominated again. So yeah, I still feel there's a lot of work to do for females in boxing, but baby steps.
We did have obviously the Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall card. I think they got delayed when the Queen passed away. And
Yeah.
stuff. That was great for the country because it was
That was
all-female card.
yeah, huge.
And now this one's taking it a step further.
Yeah, definitely.
How important is it that women do get that spotlight?
Really important, because I feel like there's still a lot of shows where females don't get the opportunity, and they probably should. Like, I'm not saying there needs to be a female on every card, because there's not the pool of females as there is to the males, but I feel like it's important to still keep that message there that females should be heard and should have the opportunities as well as the males, especially on the big Saudi cards as well. So yeah, push the females through a bit more.
Yeah, I think Sky Nicholson fought on one of them.
Yes, she did.
We've had one, but
We've had one,
it's about
but
having
it's
more
just not
representation.
enough.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like there should be more, and
Give more
there is
opportunities.
big female fights there to be made. So let's go.
And again, like we said, everyone is willing to fight each other, so
Yeah.
there shouldn't be this much drama or politics.
100%.
Get the fights made. The obviously, like we said, that card is massive.
Yeah, huge. Like
opportunities.
some really good female fights on that card.
What do you think about the female discipline essentially having less time in the rounds? Do you think it should be allowed to be 3 minutes? Because some fighters like Amanda Serrano come out and said she wants it to be 3 minutes against Katie Taylor. Obviously, the British Boxing Board of Control and boxing sort of as a whole, they say it's for scientific reasons and stuff like that. What's your opinion in general on that? Do you think they should be allowed to do 3 minutes if they want to?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the 3 minute rounds. Like, don't get us wrong, like 10-2 sounds a lot better than 10-3s, but it's also then the pace that's set. I think at 3 minutes you can slow it down a little bit more. Twos, sometimes it's very high pace. Because it's like going into like kind of Rushville of getting the shots in rather than being a little bit more clinical.
Yeah.
And I think you would probably see a lot more stoppages in females if there was 3 minute rounds, because you could be a little bit more like clinical and precision with your shots and your timing. So yeah, if it was 3 minute rounds, it's not a major deal for myself, because like I say, you go from 3-3s in the amateurs as an elite, and then you've got to go back down to 2s when you turn over. So, but I get the science behind it and stuff like that, but I do think later down the line it probably will be made to 3 minute rounds.
But like you said, you'd be happy
I
to
wouldn't
do
have an
it
issue. If they turned around tomorrow and said, yeah, you've got to do 3s, you've got to do 3s. It's that. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to fight against it. It's what you've got to do. So, yeah.
Most of this conversation has been focused on boxing.
Yeah.
One question I did have, because my cousin brought it to my attention, you were on SAS.
Yes, I was.
How did that come about?
I actually applied for it. Mad, I know. It was the one before when they did it in the desert, and I went through the full application. Took us hours, days, to be fair, and it timed out in the middle of when I was doing it, and I lost the full thing. And I thought, you know what, timing just wasn't meant to be. Wait until the next year. Did the application again. Took us 3 solid days to get all the information in. A lot of the questions were quite repetitive, but you have to put a lot of information in. Very in-depth process. And then I submitted it, and it was like 9 o'clock on the Wednesday night. I got a phone call 9 a.m. the Thursday morning, so I thought, this is a bit promising. And yeah, one led to the next stage, and had to go through a lot of fitness tests, stuff like that, but got through, yeah. Went to the Vietnam jungle, and fuck me, what an experience.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah. Wow.
Otherwise, not to be disrespectful to anyone.
Yeah.
Why would you go to Vietnam otherwise? It probably wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
So.
I would probably never choose to go to Vietnam any other time in my life. So it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. Money can't buy that experience I had in the jungle. And yeah, it was amazing. I was there for 3 weeks. I was in the jungle for 10 days. I was within the last 24 hours and then I got medically withdrew, unfortunately. But yeah, it was what an experience. And it just shows, like, when you think you're done, like, it's about your mindset. Like, you're not even anywhere near close. You think you are, but you're nowhere close. Like, you've still got 50, 60% left in the tank. So that proved to us and put us in good stead in boxing as well, because it made us realise, like, you think you're done when you're doing 10 rounds. No, you're not. You can still go. It's about your mindset.
And what would you say was the biggest lesson you learned about yourself while you were out there?
Probably is the mindset side. Like, I knew I was, like, quite a strong person anyway and resilient, but that proved to us, like, when you think, even in your training sessions, when you think, God, I'm at the end, my heart rate's coming out my mouth, you've still got, like, loads more to give. You've just got to push through. So yeah, it's about mindset.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And where can we find you on social media for all the fans out there?
Jordan Barker Porter on Instagram. TikTok as well is the same, just my name. So hit us up.
Yeah, wicked. Thank you for your time, Jordan. And best of luck on June 7th.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.